It is important to be a good listener in order to be an exceptional personality. Our next topic for discussion is listening skills. It is widely said that people generally listen to only 50% of what is being spoken, and they remember it only to up to 48 hours. That's definitely not a very good sign. That says that each and everybody, each of us, are lacking listening skills. It is very important to be a good listener. We need to pay attention to what is being spoken to us. Most of the time, we refuse to do that, or we are tuned to not to listen to that, or we are just tuned to partially listen to whatever is being spoken. Let me give you an example. You walk into a garment shop and you ask for a t-shirt, for maybe a blue t-shirt. The shopkeeper doesn't listen to you properly. He goes and he fetches a blue shirt for you. After a lot of looking out for a blue shirt, he finally comes out with a blue shirt. But then you tell him, excuse me, I was not asking for a shirt, but I was asking for a t-shirt. And then he goes back and he again starts looking for a blue t-shirt. Now see how complicated his work has become? That is because he did not listen to whatever is being said to him properly. It is very important to listen. Listening skills are the main key of successful life. We need to learn to listen carefully. One main reason is because you might lose out on a lot of opportunities if you are not a good listener. Imagine you're going for an interview. The interviewer is asking you some question. You don't pay proper attention and you answer something else. And he again asks you some other question and you misinterpret the question and you answer something else. Do you think you would be able to crack the job? Definitely no. So, in order to be a successful person, we need to pay attention and listen carefully. We need to listen carefully to react properly. It's very important to react. We need to react in different ways, in different scenarios, in different situations. So, in order to react in par with the situation, we need to listen properly. We need to understand, or we need to infer what exactly is happening, and we need to react accordingly. Learning and understanding are also a part of listening skill. We need to learn and understand to be effective listeners. What is the key to effective listening? How can I be a good listener? When you show a lot of concentration and liking, you will definitely not want to listen to something that you would not like to. A very good example is our classroom. If we do not like the subject, we hardly pay attention to what is happening in the class. Right? So we need to develop concentration and liking towards whatever is being said to us, because we need to understand that if you are a good listener, you can expect others also to be good listeners to you. If you are not a good listener yourself, you would definitely not be happy to find somebody else who is not a very good listener. How to be a good communicator? For effective communication, one needs to listen properly. I have discussed this in our earlier sessions, where communication is the message being given and carried over, and the other person should be able to receive it. All right, so for the main effect, only if that person receives the message, he will be able to respond to whatever is being said. So, in order to have effective communication, one needs to be a good listener. When you listen to people, you show respect, courtesy, and compassion. In order, when a person is speaking and you don't listen to that person properly, you are disrespecting that person. You are not courteous towards that person. You don't have compassion. So when you listen to people, you make people feel important. You make people feel respected. So automatically, when it shows respect and compassion and courtesy towards fellow beings. Let me give you an example of a teacher and four students in the class. The teacher says, "It'll take another 10 minutes for me to come back to the class. So you four have to be quiet. And whoever remains quiet till the end will win a prize." The moment the teacher moved, the first boy asked, "When will the teacher come?" The second boy said, "Aren't you supposed to be silent?" The third boy said, "Now you have broken the silence by talking." The fourth boy said, "You all are losers, I am the winner." And ultimately, by the time the teacher came back, all these four were talking. They were all arguing about who the winner was. And finally, ultimately, nobody won. So it is very important to listen. It's quite hard, but nothing is difficult with practice. If you start listening, you become successful people. Listening is important to know opinion. Only if you listen to people, you will know what their opinion is, what their point of view is. And it is very important to know each and other's, point of opinion, because as I always keep telling you all, you need to know all the possible aspects, which is very important. So to know, the opinion of the others, it's very important to, listen to what they say. Good listeners are successful people. It's very difficult for bad listeners to understand what exactly is happening around them. But for good listeners, it's always success. They're all successful people. Nature has provided us with 2 ears and one tongue. Let's take it as a hint that we need to listen more and talk less. Let me take you through the listening skills once again. It is very important to listen, to practice listening. It is, of course, quite a tedious task, but with practice, we would definitely achieve the goal. It is important to pay attention to people, to listen to people very carefully, because that is the way of showing respect. If you want to be listened by others, then you should start practicing to listen to others. It helps us react properly, how to respond to a situation, how to react to a situation. You'll know it only by listening. It helps us to learn and understand the scenario. It involves a lot of concentration and liking. Only if you concentrate on things, you will be able to listen. And only if you like, you will be able to listen to it. A good communicator is a very good listener. In order to have effective communication, you should practice listening. Listening shows respect, courtesy, and compassion. A person feels honored. A person feels more important when he is being listened to. It is very important to know the opinion of others. So, at least for that sake, we need to be good listeners. Successful people are always good listeners, and just like how we have 2 ears and one tongue, let's take it as a hint from nature, where nature asks us to listen more and speak less. When we start listening more, we become, successful people. We get to know a lot of things, and we need to speak less. We need to give importance to each and everybody. We need to make them feel honored, so that they are able to share their opinions with us. They are able to share their thoughts. And the more opinions and thoughts and aspects we have, the better personality we would become.